Alright guys, so I did do my test drive initially and I couldn't get any footage because I was by myself. And I also went to my local hobby store. They had a indoor course. First, this car is very top heavy. It's a scale car. Obviously you have all this scale stuff, plastic. So when I'm up here or I'm trying to crawl, it just tips over like this. Second, stock tires are garbage. Third, upgrades are very essential to this car. And the battery life. Battery life is alright. It actually died on me, which I was surprised about. I did get some upgrades, so we're going to look at it. Let's go over it. First things first, we got some Endura weighted wheels. These are not brass. Actually, I think these are just straight aluminum. I did not want to get brass because these are known for the motor to burn out along with the servo if you put too much weight on it. And me personally, I'm not really in the mood to just make this into some crazy upgrade. I actually plan to get another kit and make that sort of like a comp style build where I just go all out. This I'm just trying to make it like OEM plus. And I got some screws for the wheel hubs to make it wider to help the track and not be so skinny, so that way it doesn't just tip over easily. Then I got this, what I think is a skid plate. It is a skid plate. This is brass. This just goes like right here. And for the tires, I did get some J Concepts green compound. Nothing crazy. As long as it didn't rub, I was happy, but I was told these are very good, so we'll try them out. So let's take this apart and go crazy. Also, since this body is held on by this little hinge in the back, I'm gonna take the screw off right here. Don't know if you guys can pick it up, but I'll take it off just so it's easier for me to work on the car so it just doesn't close on me. And it'll be less annoying. Alright, so this skid plate is gonna go on right here. It's gonna replace this plastic. Just like this. Install the skid plate. You're going to take this off first of all. Alright, so you're going to have to remove these trailing arms next. Very straightforward. Just remove a screw and make sure it doesn't get caught in anything. I gotta say, but you gotta take these outer screws out as well. And then you're just going to pry it apart. Not too hard because it's a plastic chassis, but and then you're going to take this motor out. Alright, so there was this little screw all the way inside here. I think that's how you take the motor out. And I think there's another one. Oh yeah, there's another one actually right here. And once that's gone, we're gonna immediately throw this one in. Alright guys, so I figured out how to put this on. I actually mixed up all the screws, and then since it's such a delicate truck or delicate sized car, like everything was just coming apart at the same time. It was just very annoying. It was easy, but just be careful and don't be clumsy like I was. But we got it together. Alright guys, after doing my extensive testing, I would love to say that this is actually a great upgrade. The Endura, I think brass skid plate upgrade helps you lower your center of gravity. Also gives the truck just a nice little heft to it. Makes it feel like it's worth the money. You know, the $170 you spent on this kit. And what's next is I will install these weighted wheels and the aluminum wheel hub extensions, which is right here. I think I'm going to do the wheel hub extensions first. Alright, so we're going to put the tires and the wheel on. So let's get into it. Alright, I got the new wheels assembled. They're definitely a little heavier than the stock ones. And we're going to throw them on along with the extended wheel hubs. We're going to definitely put these on as well. These are 5mm extenders, so it should give a wider track. Alright guys, so I'm almost done installing the extensions, but just a heads up, this is supposed to go in like this. I don't know if the camera can focus. And then this is going to be your new nut. So just a heads up, because I know it's kind of weird when you first try to do it, but straightforward. Also try not to lose these. Now we're going to replace these stock 35mm shocks with these Endura 40mm. So let's get started. A realistic look, so the springs are going to go inside. And these are not oil filled, these are friction dampers. Alright guys, just a heads up. The bottom is held on with like a ball joint, so just be careful when you're prying it out. You don't want to accidentally bend the shock or the shock shaft if you're just, if you're planning to reuse this on another car. But here's the thing. There comes with multiple springs, different colors, different stiffness, with black being the softest. and silver being medium, and then the sort of like the rose gold color being the stiffest. I'm gonna try it out with the rose gold just to see how it goes, and you know, I'm trying to go for like an OEM plus type of build, so we'll see. Yo, just a heads up, when you're mounting the shocks top and bottom, you're gonna have to put these gold things in and then take out the little ball mount. So far, my first impression with the front, I do like it. Feels like it's a lot better. These are friction dampers and not actually oil filled. And here's the difference. I don't know if you can make out the difference, but it seems like here that 5mm is quite a big difference. And now we're gonna throw the backside on. Alright guys, that pretty much concludes this video. I do think this truck is a lot more capable now, especially since we widened the truck, especially with the wheels. We added a brass skid plate, and the wheel hubs also are brass, by the way. And we also got better tires. I'm glad with how the car's turning out. I do think in the future I want to add a high clearance links, because if you can tell, the travel isn't really the best, and I really like stuff with a lot of travel, like my Slash, for example, even though that's a whole different type of thing. And then hopefully the electronics don't burn out, because I did put some weight. But if that ever happens, I'll make an update video. We'll, you know, upgrade as is. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gonna see if I can find a way to get some good driving footage. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.